In today's video, I'm going to show you how to use Often Monster. My name is Lori Ballin. I'm a marketing coach. I have an affiliate marketing business where I earn six figures just in affiliate marketing. I have a real estate business, and lots of other things. And with all of my businesses, they all run by creating content for a specific audience and ranking on the search engines, getting traffic through social media, a little bit of paid, but mostly organic. And I make offers, build a list, and then cultivate through that list. That list could be email, text message, direct mail, retargeting. There's lots of ways to use a list if you've got one. And I specialize in segmenting and targeting the audiences very specifically based on their niche. I'm a big believer in niche. Okay, so Often Monster. This is the box that pops up and makes an offer and captures the lead and delivers the lead if you wanted to. This could be a bar on the top of your website. It could be a slide in. It can be a full screen. I'll show you the options, okay? So some of you guys have already purchased this and you've messaged me and said, Lori, great, we got it. Now how do we use it? So that's what today's video is for. I have another video all about how to make offers, why to make offers. This one specifically is going to be how to do it with Often Monster. And Often Monster works on any platform, although I am using WordPress. Anywhere you can put a code, I shouldn't say any platform that where you have control over the code, you can add the code to the body tag where it shows up on every page, and then you can use these pop-ups, okay? So as long as you have access to that, you'll be able to use it. You don't have to have a WordPress plugin. They're going to give us a little piece of JavaScript that we can put on any website, okay? So I'm going to show you how to use it. I'm going to show you today simply how to make an offer and how to deliver the offer. I'll give you several options there. We'll look at the different types of offers, and then I'll go over making sure that you have the code working on your website, okay? And then I'll come back with a series and we'll talk more about the many other options that there are, okay? So today, let's start a little bit basic and go, okay, how do we make an offer that applies on every page of my website? So this morning in my Lori Ballin marketing group on Facebook, one of my colleagues who's been learning with me for a long time and is fantastic at what she does, said she's making an ebook and she's offering it to everybody, the same type of ebook what she's building for her real estate business. So in her case, offering it on every page, something that's going to be like an ebook would be applicable. In this case, what you're looking at is an ebook that I wrote on 18 steps to learning KW Command. So this is specific to Keller Williams agents. So on my website, I don't have this popping up on pages that are not for Keller Williams agents. And I'll show you how we do that, okay? So that's where it gets a little bit trickier. But if you just want to offer one thing on your whole website, it'll be a much easier start for you. And then you can get better at specific offers as you grow into this platform, okay? Yes, there are many other softwares also that will work for pop-ups and offers. I really love the flow of Often Monster for many reasons. I really like how the lead is delivered. I like the integration options. So it is something that I decided to adopt myself, okay? So you use what you have. You can look at lots of different options. All right, so let's go to the dashboard. I'm just going to go to the home. Let me close out of here, and we will start as if we were starting a brand new campaign, okay? So we're going to go to create a new campaign. Now, let me start here. If you don't have a website yet set up, you can click right here, create a new site, give it a title, whatever you call your website, and then give it a domain name. The domain name to your website where you're going to make these offers. You do not need the HTTP or HTTPS in front of it. You can just put your website.com. It'll work. Click add site. We'll create our campaign, and then at the end of the campaign, you can actually go add the code to your website. Okay? So don't worry about that yet. Let's start with create a new site. All right, here we go. I've already got my sites created. So get this. You can have, depending on what plan you're on, you can have multiple websites. And if you do have a plan that allows you multiple websites, you can run the same offer on more than one website. Why might you do that? Well, in my particular case, I have a training website that teaches people how to blog and how to do search engine optimization. That's on LoriBallin.com. And then I have the7thstream.com that is specifically teaching people how to do affiliate marketing. And both of those would use something like WordPress. So if I were to create an ebook on how to use WordPress, I can create one campaign and then allow it to show up on both websites. And then it'll tell me which website generated the lead. So it's really a cool, I love that aspect myself. All right. So I'm not going to get too far into conversion metrics today. You'll see some crazy looking ones on mine, 50%, 100%, some as low as 1%. Don't even pay attention to those because it's going to be relative to the size of the audience and to the niche that you go at. For me, if I get 3% on an all things offer, I'm pretty happy. Of web visits to actually filling out a form, okay? But I'll have higher conversion rates on a specific page with a specific form, okay? All right, so we'll get into the conversion metrics later. Let's go ahead and look at create a new campaign. All right, now here's your choices. You can create a pop-up, you can create full screen, and you can see what's happening here. Your previews down here are changing. Pop-up is a small box that shows up in the middle. Full screen is going to take over the entire screen of the computer. Slide in is going to be like this. See these popping up over here? They're going to like slide in from the corner, from the side there. A floating bar stays up top on your website all the time, or on the bottom of your website all the time. And inline is going to be embedded in between the content. Okay? So those are your choices for this particular platform that we're doing. And you can test a pop-up against a full screen, slide in against a floating bar. Floating bar, I get the least number of conversions. That's my lowest percentage of conversions. I've not tested full screen. Pop-up is doing the best so far out of the ones that I've tested. Now down here, you can preview. It's really hard to see what these look like. They're terrible graphics. I wish they would show us better. But what you can do is just hover over it and then click preview, and you can see what that box does. Now everything on here is customizable. This is customizable, this is customizable, this is customizable. Okay, so in fact, let's use this one so I can show you that. All right, so we're gonna go with this gourmet one, and we're gonna click use template. Oops, somehow I picked inline. Let me go back a second. I meant to do pop-up. Create new campaign, pop-up. There's holiday ones. Look at this one. Spooky. I just ran that one recently. Love it. Love it. Okay, so in my particular case, I'm kind of scanning, looking for what might match what I'm giving away. So for today in this training video, what we're going to do is we're going to make an offer for holiday, for a holiday things to do list. So let's not use the one I was going to use. Let's see if we can find a Christmas one. So here's this festive one. Let's preview that one. So I'm not selling anything, so that graphic wouldn't be great. Let's see. Is there any other holiday? I know there was because I saw. Okay, so let's look at this one. This one's for Cyber Monday. What is this one? Okay, that's great for an ebook. Halloween, spooky, boost, basic. I like basic, by the way. If you're stumped and you don't know where to go to basic. Really simple, easy to start using, converts well. Here's one that has a coupon offer. Don't miss out. Oh, I see a winter one. Oh, this one's also good. I like this one too. That one's great for like webinars. Okay, preview, winter. Aha. I like that one. Hold on, let me see if there's anything else that would be Christmassy. Oh, here's another one, holiday. Ooh, I like that one. We're going to change it. I'll show you how we do that in just a minute. Let me see if there's any others that pop out. Okay, what was that one called? Holiday. Let's use that one. We're going to go to use template. Okay, what do you want to call your pop-up? Things to do for Christmas. things to do for the holidays, because we're going to include New Year. Which website do you want to load this on? Okay, so we want to load this on ballinvegas.com, which is my real estate website. So choose your website that you want it to appear on. And don't worry, if you don't have your code activated yet, we're going to do that at the end. Okay, so start building. You know what? I also want this to show up on my Go Summerlin site, so I'll put it there too. Okay, start building. I have multiple real estate websites actually with different niches and areas. I believe a jack of all trades is special to nobody, so I play in the niches. Laser targeting, smaller areas. Okay, so this is happy holidays. Now to change something over here, you just click on it. So, and then it shows up on the left-hand side, and you do your edits on the left-hand side. So instead of free shipping, I'm going to put free list of things to do for the holidays. Now you can see that that's quite large, so we want to shrink that down. So we can do that by changing the font up here. Now you'll just have to play with this and get used to these little design elements. Oh, let me hover over it and try that. It's some of it's just trial and error. Okay, that's too small. Once we use the same template a few times, it becomes much easier with knowing how we want things to change. But I like mixing them up because people will sign up for multiple things and you can target them in different ways. Free list of things to do for the holidays. I like that one. Yep, things, free list of things to do for the holidays. Let me add in Las Vegas because I want to specifically show them list of things to do in Vegas for the holidays. There we go. I like that. Okay. Now I can play with the font. Like if it's kind of hard to read, I might want to change that font. I don't want it. I'm a big believer in making font, making everything a better user experience. And if it's too fancy, they're going to have a hard time reading it. So I may not want it that to be too fancy. So free list of things to do for the holidays. Now we can actually make that a little bit smaller. So from 34, let's go to 32. In fact, I want that to only be 2 lines. So let's go a little bit smaller. 30. Free list of things to do for the holidays. And then we can play with spacing. We can play with centering if we want it to be centered or to the left. We can play with colors. Okay, I like this. Free list of things to do. List of things to do in Vegas for the holidays. Okay, perfect. I have to look at things multiple times, sometimes catch my own typos. All right, this is a countdown clock. I love things like this. They create urgency. They make people aware of things. They're moving. So I love this. So we want this clock to be Christmas Day. So what we're going to do is we're going to change this date right here and have it be December 25th. So it's easier to let the calendar pop up and you choose it than it is to try to type over that date, I have found. So let the calendar pop up. So Christmas is in 35 days, 7 hours, 56 minutes, 10 seconds at the date I'm making this training. All right, so Merry Christmas. All right, next, you guys might be watching this on 4th of July. Still, Christmas is coming at some point. All right, let me open that back up. Okay, next, receive a free shipping coupon immediately. Well, that doesn't work, does it? So let's change that to say you'll receive an email with your list that includes Groupons if available. List will send weekly. Okay, I personally like to disclose what it is that they're signing up for. That's not always possible on the formats that we're using. Sometimes it is. That's up to you. There are laws or regulations, not really laws, regulations around email and spam and lists and disclosures. And so I like to be able to cover that if I can. So by signing up for that, they're seeing that there. Now they're going to enter their email. Now, the more fields you use, the less likely they are to sign up. So every time you add a new field, you're going to lower the potential of conversions, just so that you know. So keep that as low as possible. So if I'm making an offer on get the free virtual tour on this real estate property, I want their name, phone number, and email. And I don't care if it lowers my conversion rates because I can't convert them with just an email. I need to be texting them, calling them. But if it's just a list and they know that they're going to get the list, they're going to put in a valid email. And then I can use other things to find them or to talk to them or to make offers to get them to give me more info. The drawback is without a name, it's very hard to build my database in the way I want to. So I personally like to have a name in there. And even if they give me Joe Schmo, it's so funny because let's just say they give me your mama, but they give me a real email. The letter they get says, Dear Yo Mama. It's really funny. So they usually just put a first name and that's fine, but I like to have something in there to address them by. So you can test that and see what happens with your conversion rates with those two. Okay. If I was offering something specific like a tour or an appointment or something related to real estate more specifically than just this general hyperlocal stuff, woo, thunder. We're in Vegas. It is raining. Wow. I don't know if you guys heard that. My whole apartment just shook. That's amazing. I love it. Okay. So that is what we do there. So that's your option. And you can play with more fields and more boxes. If you look up here, add blocks, you can add a video, you can add columns, you can add a chat bot, you can add buttons, you can add images, you can add more opt-in fields, you can add yes or no. We're not going to get that fancy today for our first one. So what I might do is come back and bring you very specific offers that are working for me, and then I'll show you how to build them. Something like that as we get fancier, okay? This one's really pretty. I really like this one a lot. So free list of things to do in Vegas for the holidays. This one's going to run, it's November now, so this will run all of December and into January, and then I'll change it to a Valentine's or something. You know, I always have something for the holidays I'm offering every month. Or back to school shopping lists or something that's relative for the locals here in Vegas. Okay, so we did that. Now the last thing we need to do is change this button as far as our form goes. So click on the Send My Free Shipping button. Okay, now we need to change what that button says by clicking Edit on the Submit button. And I'm going to change this to Yes, Please Send It. Love it. Okay, now there is a privacy statement here that you might want to use, and you can edit it by clicking up here at the top on privacy. And I'm going to put, here's how we use your data. Maybe I'm just going to put privacy statement. Privacy statement. Okay, and then I'm going to put a link in there. So I'm going to go over to my website and find my privacy statement. Guys, this is really important that you are disclosing how you use people's data. Most people that go, oh, well, that's only Europe that has those regulations. It doesn't apply to us. Well, if the people in Europe are on your website in America, it applies. Also, we're seeing more and more states starting to look at this individually. California just rolled out a regulations regarding privacy statements. And bottom line, they want to know how you're using the data. So however you want to put this form together, you can go to a lawyer, you can find somebody else's and tweak. Don't take somebody else's public data without permission, but you can tweak it to fit you. There's a freeprivacystatement.com or something like that. If I can find one, I'll put a link below in the video. And by the way, I am an affiliate marketer, And most of the time when you click on a link in my video, I do profit in some way. Not always, but a lot of times. So that's a full disclosure for you. And if I've got a privacy statement in here, I may benefit, I may not. We'll see. Right now, at the top of my head, I can't think of one. But you can go to Google and type in free privacy policy. They're rarely free. You might pay $15 or whatever to use it, and then you can change the data. So the most important thing about mine is I'm saying this is how we use your data. We collect your IP address. We collect, we might use cookies, and then it's used for communicating better with you and for marketing to you. We don't sell your data, but we promise not to spam you is not a privacy statement. Okay, so I don't allow that one just to be that. So what I do is I just take this link, I go back over here, and where it says privacy statement, I'm going to click the little link, and I'm going to paste the link right here, open in a new window, add. The reason why you want that to open in a new window is because you don't want them leaving your form. So have it open in a new window, and then click for privacy statements and how we use your data, something like that. Okay. Now, I'm going to make this blue and underlined so that they know it's a link, because that's not automatic. I wish it was. I don't know why it's not, but it's not. Okay, so there we go. Click for privacy statement and how we use your data. And then I'm going to check. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's see. So we can play with font weight. We can play with the line height. We can play with the letter spacing. See all that? I'm just kind of dragging things around. I want it to all be on one. There we go. Font weight doesn't need to be that dark. I also want it to be easy to read. I'm not trying to bury it, okay? And then I'll close out of privacy. Let's go back to our fields. And let me drag. See, you can drag your fields around by clicking on those 3 dots. So I'm going to drag it and see if I can put it under the submit button. Okay. Oh, it is hailing ice storms outside my window right now. So if you hear that while I'm making this video, that is hail. Wow, I love Mother Nature. Okay, so we've got our form created here. Next thing we need to do is go over. All right, so we did our design. Make sure your design is what you want it. Then click on Display Rules. Design, Display Rules. Okay. This is going to get very confusing if you have not seen if, this, then that kind of formulas and thinking before. One of the reasons I chose OptinMonster, probably the biggest reason I chose OptinMonster, was because of the ability to create these pop-ups specific to a page or specific to a amount of time on a website, or specific to a repeat visitor or unique visitor. There's all these different things, and that allows me to make better offers for the right audience, and that's really why I chose this, okay? So you could choose something as simple as this. If the time on the website is at least 10 seconds, you don't want it to pop up the very second they land. If you want to wait till they're a little bit more invested, you could change that to 15 seconds, 60 seconds, whatever. And you can test and play with, where is the best pop-up? Where do you get the most conversion rates? Or where do people bounce off if you make an offer? So I like the pop-up offer. It's closable, so I'm not covering their whole screen, but it's noticeable, right? And so then when they first land, or when Google first lands on my website, it scans the website, there's no pop-up. Then the pop-up shows up, which is the way I like it to be. I don't like it to be instant. I don't like it to be forced. That's just me. If they want to browse on my website, I want them to be able to browse around after that. Okay, so that's that. Next one is use behavior personalization to display your campaign to your visitors on specific pages. So if time on site is at least 15 seconds and they are on a current URL, so let's just say I only want that pop-up to happen if they're on, let me go to my home page. By the way, if you need a website like this, my brothers own a digital marketing company called Ballin Brands, which I founded and have an interest in, and they can help you build websites like this. They can even help you with your campaigns and everything I'm teaching you to do. So just heads up on that. All right, so let's just say I only want it to show up when they go to this page for whatever reason. Let's just say that's the page I want it to pop up on. So see how this page is the guide to visiting the Las Vegas Arts District? Well, maybe I have a pop-up that says, get my list of the top 10 things to do while you're visiting the Arts District. And I only want it to show up on this page because it's not going to be relative to all the other pages on my website. Then I would say only have it show up on this URL. So I copy this, and then I'm going to paste it. Current URL is exactly matches, and then I would paste that there. But in our particular case, we're going to have this pop up on every page. So just go ahead and click that little minus sign and get rid of it because we don't need it. So you don't need the and. You see what I mean? You could really get technical if somebody's on my website at least 15 seconds and they visit this page but not this page, and they're on this page for this minute. Like there's so much you can do with this so that you're not overpowering them with too many pop-ups, that type of thing. Or if they've never seen this offer before, or if they've subscribed to this offer and not this offer, like and, all kinds of ands, okay? So in our case, all we care about is this one, if they're on the website for at least 15 seconds. So I always would start with something like that. Then click Next Step. Okay, so then we go to the next step. Okay, and then what it's asking us is, okay, we're going to show this offer if the time on the site is at least 15 seconds. And then what do you want to show? Well, I just leave this defaulted to show the opt-in. Oh, that's what we forgot on the display. We'll go back to that in a second. Actually, let me show you now. And I always forget this too. Go back to design. See, right here, we are on the opt-in screen. This is the opt-in where they're going to choose opt-in. After that, we need to create a landing page or something that they go to afterwards, okay? So you have multiple choices here. If you click on opt-in, right here, let's actually just create the opt-in page because I don't want to confuse you too much. But you do have the options to redirect somebody to other sources, and I think that'll come up when we do our integration. But let's just, oh, here it is. So when they click this button and they fill out this form, we have a choice now what happens next. Okay? They fill out the form. Where do you want them to go after that? Here's our choices. Go up here to button and go down to action. Okay? You can send them to the success page, which is this page right here, which we need to edit. Or you can redirect them to a URL. So this would be like, click here to see. Okay, so they're on a page, and I know that based on where they landed, that there's another page they would really like. So I might have click here to see the top 10 reasons to hire a real estate agent today. By the way, that's not a value add, so that's probably not a great offer. Click here to see the map of where all the holiday lights are in Las Vegas. Click here to see just reduced homes in Las Vegas. That's a good one. Click here to see all price reductions in the last 7 days. Now, in that particular case, you might redirect them to a URL. So what you would do is say, okay, instead of showing them this landing page and just sending you an email, I want to send them to a certain page on my website that has just reduced homes. So you would take that URL that's on the top of the page. I'm grabbing it up here. And you would say button, action, redirect your URL, and you would paste the URL right there. Okay. So that's an option. You can also click to call if they're going to be calling for, call for an appointment. You can just close the campaign without any confirmation. So then that box would just disappear. Or you can reload the page now. These are your options. Okay. Closing the campaign, I find, is a really good option. It gets rid of the box, or the success page, and then they can close the box. Okay. So the success page is another opportunity to upsell or make another offer. So you could put a video in here that says, hey, it's Lori Ballin. Thank you so much for downloading my list, or for requesting the list of best things to do for the holidays in Las Vegas. I'm a real estate agent here in Las Vegas, and I'm also a hyper-local specialist. I've lived in Summerlin for 20 years, blah, blah, blah. And I'm, whatever. They'll probably close the box while you're talking. Yet it gives you a chance to communicate with them. I love the idea of the videos on all of these. I just haven't made them all. Or you could make another offer of some kind. So some people use that success landing page as another opportunity for branding, communication, or whatnot. Okay. So if you're going to leave it a success page down here, make sure you change this. Check your email for your free list we just sent you. Okay, that's if you have automation on. Okay, now this is also an opportunity for branding. If you need to buy or sell a house in Las Vegas, please consider Lori Ballin team. Something like that. And you can even hover over these, right? Buy a house. So let's go here and I can go, okay, search homes, find homes. This is my buy a home widget. So I might want to send them here. So I could put that. I'll do buy, and I'll put a link target, open a new window, add. And remember, I'm going to make that blue. I just prefer to have my links where they look like a link. Underline, or sell a house. Now in my case, I have a home value tool that I use. There's a link below in the video. Listings to Leads is who I get my home value tool from, and my link gets you an extended free trial. So you don't need to fill out my home valuation tool to test it. You can get your own and test it. So check out the link below, get your extended free trial. My trials actually get you more than even the free trial they just give to everybody. As an affiliate, they've given me that deal for you guys. Okay, so to buy or sell a house, so I'm going to put that home valuation calculator up there maybe. See, so I'm just using this success page as one more opportunity to offer them something that might be special to them, that fits what they need right now. That's another chance for me to get a lead as well, right? Underline. Okay, buy. I didn't choose the right color for that one. There we go. All right. If you have any questions as I'm going through this, comment in the video below. I do watch my YouTube channel and answer appropriately, as well as in my courses on Ballin Academy. So if you're taking a course or you're watching this on YouTube, just comment below. All right, so that's good. Now I'm going to go back to up here in the right-hand corner. There's a save button. I like to click on that every now and then to save my work before I go too much further. So as you can see, there are a lot of steps that have to take place here because we have so much customization ability. All right, so we did that. Now we can go back to the display rules. Next step, show the campaign view, opt in. Next step, it just reconfirms what we've already punched all in here, okay? Now, up top, we did our design, we did our display rules. Now we need to do our integration. So click on integration. Okay, up here, you can choose where you want your leads to go. So it's got almost all of the popular CRMs. Some of the new ones like Zoho aren't in here yet, which is such a bummer. I'm hoping that's coming. Infusionsoft is in here for those of you that have Ballin Brands website and Infusionsoft CRM. Infusionsoft works in here. Any of these, and what it'll do is it'll import that lead into your system. Then if you have automation set up in that system, it will fire for you automatically. Okay, so let me show you what this looks like. In my case, I'm using Constant Contact for this particular campaign. I'm testing and driving multiple CRMs and email autoresponders because I teach them. So it might be Infusionsoft, it might be Constant Contact, it might be Zoho. I've got all kinds of things that I'm using and teaching, okay? And I like some about this one, and I like other things about that one, and you know how that works. All right, so I have a campaign here I just set up this morning, and I'll go ahead and click on that and show it to you. And it's my holiday newsletter. So we'll click on it so you can see it. So when they opt in for my newsletter, this is what they get. And I'm changing this now weekly because we're in the season and there's that much stuff being added continuously. So what you have here is I've got, you know, these are all movable, drag and droppable. I make pins for Pinterest, so I like these pin-sized images. Then I also like the banner ones. I like to mix it all up. This one's a pin plus text. Then they have a link to my local event calendar on my website. They've got I've got Groupons in here. Now let me tell you really quick about the Groupon. That's really cool. Is if I found a Groupon, then I can extend that offer to them and they can save a discount. As an affiliate marketer, I also have a business relationship, an affiliate relationship with Groupon, and I get 10% of the things to do Groupon when it sells. So essentially that pays for my software. You know, I do make six figures as an affiliate, but Groupon's not a big part of that. I do think it could be if I got really more strategic about hyperlocal stuff, not just real estate related. I think it could get really big. But anyway, so like I sold 4 Groupons last week. So, you know, it's $4 and it's $9 and it's $18 or it's $2. It's whatever, 10% of whatever they buy. So it depends on the purchase. My Mother's Day one does good because of the spas. There's always something. All right. So just an FYI, a little side note on that. And then here I've got my top selling Groupons this week. Instant home value estimate. So here I'm making it a call to action for them to get their home value. And then this is my new featured listing. So this week my team took a listing in Trump Towers, Las Vegas. So I've got my featured listing there. And I can change this each week just based on whatever's happening. It doesn't have to be one format. I can drag and drop in shapes and boxes and all kinds of things. And I want to make it look different and special. As I really could see this being like a big thing for me at some point. Right now, I'm just kind of starting it and playing with it, but I could see really building a hyperlocal website, not necessarily just real estate related. That would be killer for this stuff, but and people love it, and it performs well on Pinterest, all kinds of stuff. All right, so there it is on mobile view, so you can see what it looks like on a mobile device. It's beautiful. I love it. Okay. Anyway, so here's what I do. I say, okay, OptinMonster, if somebody fills out this form, then drop them into Constant Contact. And then I got to choose my account, Lori Ballin, email provider list. What list did I build in Constant Contact that is going to send them this automatically? So you might have tags, depending on what CRM you're using. In Constant Contact, you put people in lists. So I went over to Constant Contact and I created a new list called BV Holiday, whatever. BV stands for Ballin Vegas. Okay. So I scroll down here and find it. There it is, BV Holiday Events List. So then what happens is because I already created the automation on Constant Contact, then it will send to them automatically, okay? Now, there are many other options here. You can actually attach the PDF through a link at the end. So if you don't have a way to email them, you can actually just put the link right on that success page and say, click here. You've already got their info. Now click here. So right here on going back to display rules on your design, on your success page, you could just put a link in here that is the PDF that they're going to get. Okay, that's one way to do it. There's all kinds of options. If you do not have a CRM at all to send it, and you want to know more ways to use OptinMonster to deliver those, let me know. Okay. My suggestion is that you have something else outside of this. Also, your leads do collect inside of Monster Leads. So let's look at that for a second. So going back to integration, if I have nothing else and I want to use Monster Leads, watch this. Choose Monster Leads. What's the form name? And then notifications. Do I want to get notified when anybody sends one of these out? Then I can send myself a quick one-time email. I can send myself a daily digest. And I'll say, yes, I do want to know when I get a lead. Thank you very much. Send that to me. That's another cool thing. Do you want to store IP addresses? And again, this with the Europe GDPR, you have to disclose how you're using them if you store them. Do I want to tag it in some particular way? You know, add tags to your leads. Let me see if I can I type it in? Things to do for the holidays. I sure can. And now it'll tag it. Okay. Cool. So then I can see what offer they're actually filling out. So in this particular case, I'm doing both. It'll drop into Constant Contact and it's going to message me when somebody gets this. So all kinds of ways to deliver this without it having to be by a direct email. So if you want to use email, have an integration. Otherwise, you can just redirect them to a PDF or to a page on your website, and that'll work too. Woo, thunder. Okay, that's all figured out. Now we need to go to analytics. Okay, do you want to track conversion metrics? If you're not using Google Analytics, don't worry about this. I always suggest you use Google Analytics. I'm going to click connect. I'm going to select my, see, now I have this on 2 websites. That part might be a little bit weird now that I'm thinking about how the analytics will work, but that's okay. So Lori Ballin, select your website profile. We'll go to Ballin Vegas. We'll just use that one. Okay. We're done. So then we go to publish. There's the 2 websites it's going to run on. You can delete one of those if you want to, or you can add another one. You can preview the campaign by clicking here. Oh, preview's not working. Why is it not? Oh, preview you will load on the campaign on your site's homepage immediately. Okay, hold on. Maybe I need to go to the... I don't think I've ever tested the preview button. Preview campaign? Weird. Okay, the preview's not working for some reason. Okay, let me turn it on. Okay, so then I've not played with folders yet, so we'll take a look at that. Here's the code that you're going to put on your website. Okay, if you're using WordPress, click here on WordPress and you can read the instructions. There's a simple plugin that'll make the connections for you. Or you can paste this code into a spot there where you can add a body tag, okay? So that might work in your header footer scripts plugin or something like that. If you want this pop-up to work outside of your website, there's actually a shareable monster link. So you can embed this link now on a website, on a page, or watch this. You can actually take this link and I could share it on social media. Let me just get the HTTPS. And I could say, hey, everybody, So see how I'm getting rid of everything around the URL, just the URL. Oh, nope, it didn't give me a correct URL yet because it's not published. So hold on. Shareable. Here it is. I'm sorry, right here. Right down here. Campaign is not active yet. So those are only going to work after the campaign's active. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll save this now, and let's see if it gives us those now. If ever you have an issue with your changes and things not showing up, it might be because you just haven't saved that final page yet. That happens to me all the time. Let me try it now. Nope. So it might take a minute. Yeah, I made one of these yesterday. There it is. Yesterday, it felt like it took 10 minutes before it shows up. All right, I wouldn't say my spacing is perfect, but I usually don't care too much about perfect. Okay. So any website, all you have to do is paste this code somewhere where it shows up on every page of the website behind the scenes. So you can give it to your web developer, or if you've got the ability to add codes for pop-ups, put it in that box. If you have access to the coding, and you can put it in a header footer. If you're on WordPress, you can do it with the plugin, or you can add this script to your header footer script. Those are all the different ways you can do that. WordPress people, the plugin is usually the simplest, although I don't like adding so many plugins to my website. It seems to be as simple just activating the code, and that works fine. So once that's up, I don't know if I can get it to pop up being logged in. Let me see here. Remember we said 10 seconds. Oh, it worked right out of the gate. All right, there it is. So you see how fast that was? You also could say if they scroll halfway down the page, those are some more options. All right. So then this pops up, and I would type in my name, my email address. I'm just showing you how it works. Please send it. Okay, and then I must have set it to close the campaign instead of show the opt-in screen. So let me just check display rules, design. When they click the button, then button, action, close the campaign. Let's change that to go to a view. We'll show them that success view. There we go. So once you make a change, again, you got to save it. Let that little green circle go all the way through. Once you see the check mark, then your campaign changes will be made. I was having a hard time getting these to pop up yesterday on my new website. So oh, it worked. I'll be darned. All right. Whatever problem I was having yesterday fixed itself. Isn't that how technology is? Sometimes you just got to walk away and come back to it. All right. So these are all working. So now what will happen is this pop-up is functioning on both my Las Vegas site and my Summerlin website, which are both in Las Vegas technically. One's a private, one's a more neighborhood specific. And then it'll land in my opt-in leads, and let me show you where you can find those. So one, I have it funneling into Constant Contact, so it will show up here under Contacts, and they will, I'm already in there, so it's probably just updating what's already there. But then they would show up in my BV holiday events list. So you can see here by dates. Okay. And then also they will funnel into my monster leads in this particular case, which let me show you. Monster leads are here, leads. So here's the one I just registered. This is me, Lori Ballin, 555. Now you click on that little eyeball. Look at all these leads that have come in since we've been making this just today. So we click this little eyeball, and here's all the details on that lead. So I've got the IP address, I've got the page they came in on, I got the date and time, and you can have all this funnel into your, you can use this however you're going to use this. Just make sure you're disclosing how you use it to the people that are landing on your website. Just to cover yourself is a really good idea to have that privacy statement. So I hope that helps. The other ideas are that you can use the slide-ins and the top banner bars. We'll make those on another video. So hopefully this helped you today. Get started with using Opt-in Monster. I'm Lori Ballin in Las Vegas, Nevada.